You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christians. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibilities.
What it look like, baby?
Welcome back to another episode of One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
What's up?
As you can see, we're in season 6.
Season number 6.
How you feeling about season 6, babe?
I'm loving it, man.
Got a new vibe going, y'all.
That's a vibe.
We're on the 100th episode. That's why we have our 100th up here.
100.
So it's episode 1 of season 6, but it's our 100th episode.
No, it's
right.
It's actually episode number 20 of season 5, and it's episode 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's episode 100,
Y'all.
season 5, the last episode. But we wanted to show you guys the new scene, the new scenery. We so excited about what's going on, man.
Yeah, y'all let us know if y'all like it in the comments.
If y'all like the vibe.
We want to change it up a little bit.
So, man, I got a lot of... What have you learned, man, in these 99 episodes?
Y'all, I've learned that being consistent is one of the hardest things that I think anyone has to do. You know what I'm saying?
Being consistent.
Like, just holding yourself accountable can be difficult.
Can be tough.
It can be tough because there's days where you're tired. There's days where you may be sick. I mean, you know, life happens. Like, we can plan out all these things.
Yes.
But life happens. Life goes on, as we always say. Life goes on in the midst of your plans. So guess what happens when you encounter things like I'm sick, or, you know, this happened. I might have a financial setback, or something may happen. Your car might break down. Anything can happen. You were supposed to do something that day. Now you have to do what? You have to readjust.
Gotta adjust.
And that can be like the hardest thing for us to do, because who wants to adjust when they're in the midst of a storm? You want to lay down. You want to go find a place, shelter. You want everybody to come to your rescue.
Please come to my rescue, please.
But you gotta figure it out.
You gotta
and so I
figure it
think
out.
for me, that's been one of the difficult things is adjusting along the way and still following through with our plan.
I think this last season has been so long. It's probably been 3 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we had a book release party.
Yeah.
We had
I tested positive for COVID. I mean, I wasn't like sick, but I did test positive, so I had to quarantine.
Come on.
That was an issue, because then, you know, it's like, am I really sick every day?
Can't go outside.
So that was that.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
It was
just a lot going on. So
me in these last 99 episodes, I learned consistency is gonna be key. We are starting to interview. We're finna get back into interview mode for the new season. And as we go into it, I want to talk about some of these episodes.
Right. So,
the first episode in season number 1, you know what? We talked about stop disrespecting me. I thought that was a great episode.
It was a good episode because, you know, sometimes we disrespect our spouses or even our friends and family without even realizing it.
Big facts.
Yeah.
So, and then we talked about speak up, shut up. I like that episode because I think people are afraid to speak up in their relationship.
But yet they're talking to everybody else about it.
Hey.
So that's the shut up part. Like, if you're not going to speak to the person about it directly, then shut up, right?
Straight up. Just like that. And then we went into fight or take flight.
Right.
I like that one too because I think a lot of people are afraid to it's like they don't want to fight. It's just like gone.
Yep, they give up so easy.
Quick.
It can be with anything. Like, for example, the new year started. So I'm sure everybody had these New Year's resolutions.
Of course they did.
And on January 5th or January whatever, after this, I'm no longer eating this, I'm no longer doing that. It wasn't as easy as you thought.
No.
Like you thought I could just cut this stuff off cold turkey.
It don't work like that.
But if you've been doing this for a while, then it's gonna be difficult for you to get into a routine. I mean, even me myself, like it's hard to get into a routine. And so that's one of the things I learned is like you have to have a routine, number one. Number two, you have to do it more than for 1 week for it to become a routine.
You ain't lying. And then we talked about relationship mistakes. And man, I think so many people are afraid to admit their mistakes. So if you can't admit them, you can't deal with them.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be wrong.
Yeah, but people still...
Nobody wants to be wrong. Everybody wants to be right. They want things their way.
That's interesting though.
Yeah, and that's still like hard for people.
To just accept that.
Compromise. It's hard.
And then we went into this, we lost the fire in our relationship. I think a lot of people lose fire though. They lose it. And we went into like a deep discussion on how to gain it back.
But I think this is what causes infidelity.
The fire is gone.
Fire. That's when the infidelity can creep in.
So somebody else giving them that fire back.
Sure. Because it's always fire at the beginning of something.
Well. And then we went from that to talking about being pressure in a relationship. People are scared of pressure in a relationship. Because and I think people are letting other expectations get on them.
Oh, so like, okay.
Yeah, remember
other people.
Yeah, they're putting pressure. You know what I'm saying? They put like,
yeah, they're looking at other people's relationships.
Yeah, trying to compare it. And it becomes crazy. I love this one. We talked about, this was episode 10 in season 1. We talked about signs from having a divorce, for a divorce happening. We talked about the signs of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people, they don't recognize the signs. And when you do not recognize the signs, then you don't even know you're going in that direction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just think like, it's so crazy that like, so many topics we talked about. And people like, and some of y'all miss it because you ain't get signed up on Patreon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So a lot of the really good interviews and people that we collabed with are on Patreon. So if you haven't checked that out, now's the time to do that.
So then we went into how to never stop loving each other. People are like, I'm like, it's like you're in a relationship, but you just stop loving that person all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I don't think it's that. Because to me, if you can stop loving somebody that fast, you're never really in love.
So people just going with the flow.
Going with the flow.
And then we got into this conversation starters. Then I think the problem with people is they don't know how to start conversations and keep them. So many people don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even when people start dating, they don't know how to. We heard it in the singles panel. We heard it.
Yeah.
It's like craziness. You know what I'm saying? And then we went into the big deal breaker in a relationship. Do you believe there's really a deal breaker?
Yeah, there's deal breakers for sure.
In every relationship?
Yeah.
Even though you've been with a person a long time?
Yes.
It's still a deal breaker?
Yes.
That's interesting.
You have to be done at some point. Like, you can't keep letting somebody just push your boundaries without responding.
And then we went into, these topics are so good that we still was in season 1. We went into getting lazy in your relationship. People I think they get content. Content and lazy the same?
Yeah.
It is?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Being okay with where you are, like
and not
you're not trying to progress. You're just okay. And there's a lot of people like that. Like, they're okay with where they are. They like their life. They love their life. They don't want to go higher. They just want to stay right where they are.
Interesting. And then we talked about, and this is when we went on our trip.
Our vision trip.
What was this?
Was that the vision trip?
When we went to the little house.
Oh, the getaway.
Yeah, the getaway. We talked about quarantine questions. That was good though. Those quarantine questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all missed that though if you ain't signed up. This is videos on YouTube. Oh, this was a good one. We finished the season out with most likely to. You know what I'm saying? I think every couple needs to go through that most likely to video. Like, who's most likely to do this? Because what happens is it helps you learn about your spouse.
And don't start an argument over it.
Oh Lord, what you mean start an argument?
Because some people are just not receptive to people. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. So then starts an argument.
So that was season 1. Your overall season 1. After you finished this, what was your feelings after you finished season 1?
I felt like we built momentum.
Okay.
And so people were really starting to get into, you know, the podcast and loving us. And now we've built I would say, I'm going to go ahead and say huge platform.
Yeah, we built a huge platform.
And now it's progressing, like, and so I think that just really allowed us to get our feet wet and start to adjust along the way and really just get into what's going on in the podcasting world.
And I think a lot of people, because when we first got started and we did those first 10 videos, man, we didn't know what we was doing.
We were just going with it.
We was just going with it, looking crazy. To me, he was looking crazy. But we did it. But still, we didn't have no plan. We didn't have no studio set like this. We didn't have, you know what I'm saying, where we was trying to go.
We had the set, huh?
No, we had a white wall. We was in the living room. Remember in the old house?
Back in the day.
In the old house?
I say back in the day.
We did those first 10 videos. Remember, we even did that little box.
We were consistent.
Yeah, we did 10.
10. And we was like, I don't think I really was aware of what it was. Like you pitched the idea to me, but I don't think it was clicking. Like,
I wasn't clicking.
What was really going on?
When it started clicking, now you ready.
Now I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready. So
because we both have things that we do great, and when we bring them together, they're amazing.
We went into season 2, and then when we went to season 2, the first thing we did was we met the Browns.
Yes.
The Browns was good.
Our good friends.
Yes, that was a good episodes. And then we went into the single ladies.
That was
what I really love about podcasting is it allows us to interview people to pick their mind.
And we learn from other people.
Yes.
Because you never know how people are thinking.
Yes.
What their perspective is on something. I love getting other people's perspective on things. And so we're trying to bring you some great interviews. Now, if we know you and we reach out to you and we want to interview you, that's because we see something in you.
Yes.
That
come on.
You probably could share with other people. Don't feel pressured.
Oh no.
I don't know why people get so like political and
oh my gosh.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Okay, just say no. It's okay to say no. You know. There's a lot of great people that are coming on, and so we're excited about it.
Yes.
But what was next? What was the next episode?
We met the Hendersons. I like the Hendersons. I like their vibe.
Amazing blended family.
Yes, amazing blended family.
Great example of what a blended family should look like in real life. So we thought that was very valuable.
And then we went into the men's perspective.
A men's panel, but y'all, I promise you in season 6 we're stepping it up.
Come on.
So we looked at that panel. That panel went great.
Yes.
But oh my God, we're like, okay, no, we gotta get more professional. We gotta change up some things. So great things are coming.
Yes.
Season 6.
Yes.
We're actually doing a single series.
Yes, we are.
And so make sure you go check that out.
All right. And then we went into another men's panel. We talked about men, sex, and with women. How they was engaging with women.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And then we went into one-on-one interview with the single life. So that was good. That was a good one too with Miss Lewis. And then when we interviewed your sister, you know what I'm saying? It was really good though.
Yeah.
We talked about what am I doing wrong? And I think that's a question that a lot of people need to ask themselves. Like, what are you doing wrong?
Single and you desire to be in a monogamous relationship, because not everybody does, and we totally get that. We understand that. And as we enter into season 6 with the single series, you guys are gonna see that everybody's different. What everybody wants is different. And it's not just the men, it's not just the women. It's just everybody's different. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Some females want to be married, some don't. And so I think we have this perception that everybody wants the white picket fence kids and a husband, and that may not always be true, and vice versa. And that may not always be true. Some people just genuinely want to be happy.
All right, Paul.
Yeah, so when we realize that not everyone wants the things that society feels like is the end all be all, then will we tap into what we really want? Because some people are looking for validation, and so once you figure out that there's a ton of people out here that want different things, I think once you get like, oh, I didn't know I was the only person that felt that way. I thought I was the only person that felt that way. No. And so that's what we really want to bring to you. We want to bring to you variety.
Yes. And I also think that we need to understand, like, it takes works and discipline. And then we went into All Men Are Trash episode.
Right.
Because we interviewed 2 women and they were showing the D pics. And it was like,
they weren't showing the D pics. They were what they showing? They were showing them to each other.
To each other.
And they were just basically saying this is what dating in 2021 at the time was like.
And then we went to another episode, From Prison to Purpose. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really good. And then we went into our friend, makeup artist. She's having a new show coming up. I mean, a new class coming up. Katrina. So we went into that episode. That was episode 14. And then we interviewed the debt versus credit with the Boswells.
Yeah.
That was one of your favorite interviews, though.
That was my favorite interviews because I like to learn and I like to be around people I feel like I can learn from. And slowly, God has started to reveal some things to me. And I'm like, oh wow. And so you may find yourself feeling like I don't know who this is for. If you find yourself feeling like a little like alone, but that's okay because people are gonna start to come into your life. And it may not be the people that have been rocking with you or you consider to be your ride or dies.
Interesting.
It may be new people that come into your life that add more value than the people you've known for years. And that's okay. It's okay because you're moving in a new direction.
I got you. I like that. I really, really, really like that. And then we went into interviewing love, marriage, and mentorship with Tori, and he sung on the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't sing to the ladies. He's a barber.
Minister. He was ministering.
Oh, he was preaching. He was preaching.
It's his calling. But yeah, that was a good interview as well.
And then we interviewed Mr. Hardbody.
Yes, his story was
amazing.
Really, really amazing.
And then we interviewed studio entrepreneur UPS.
We have to bring him back on though.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to bring him back on.
Okay.
Mr. Hardbody we have to bring him back on because, and they're public about it, so I'm gonna speak on it.
Yes.
That he is now in a polygamous marriage.
Let's get it.
Polygamous marriage, and so I think that would be a good
topic.
A good thing to bring on, so if there's other people who desire that, you can see that there's other people out here doing it.
Well,
it's working for them.
It's working, so I ain't mad at them. I'm not mad.
I'm sure you're not.
Man, I'm just stop. All right, and then I love them. We interviewed the Walkers. They had the autism.
The Walkers are amazing.
Yes, they have their kids. They talked about them. Talked about their love for each other.
And y'all, these are on Patreon, so y'all need to sign up and check them out.
And we're moving.
$5. It's just $5, and it's just really just to support, our equipment, our podcasts, all that other good stuff.
So now we're in season 3 with them, and then we went from that to Mr. Larry Brooks. He had brought us some real estate king. Yeah, he brought us some books. Author, designer, clothing line. I mean, he do his thing. He's hustling. Then we interview the TIE program. Remember that?
Yes.
With the youth. So if you look at somebody with the TIE program or whatever, you want to know more about it, let us know. We'll hook you up with him. Then you couldn't be here, but I interviewed my boy, Mr. Brad Strickland.
Yes.
So
home builder, designer,
born to mediums.
So yeah, check him out.
Yeah,
check him out too.
Then me and you went on our little rendezvous, and it was called "If It Doesn't Challenge You, It Don't Make You."
Yeah.
I like you or challenge. If it
doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you or make you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't change you. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. That was good. That was good because I think people are afraid of challenges. I'm talking about it.
It's hard.
As soon as they out, they running. Why you running?
I like pressure. I think I work better under pressure.
Oh Lord. And then we talked about making a sacrifice in your relationship. Execution over sacrifice. I think a lot of people don't understand the difference though.
Right.
Because
it's confusing for people.
It is a difference from making a sacrifice and then executing the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Because everything to be successful is some kind of execution for you to make it happen. So then we went into don't make these mistakes. And we talked about so many different mistakes that people make that they don't recognize the mistakes. And I'm like, why y'all don't recognize the mistakes?
Because you have to take the time to stop and self-reflect. And so if you don't stop and self-reflect, you're just going.
Got you.
And then you're not realizing the mistakes you're making because you're not taking the time to self-reflect. So. All
right. We still in season number 3. Then we talked about, on this one, we talked about how do you know the relationship is over?
Yeah. When's enough?
When's enough? I think
life is short.
Yes. And people are in these long, dragged out relationships.
And not progressing. You're stagnant. And what we don't realize is that we can make all these plans, but tomorrow's not promised.
It ain't promised.
You know, the Bible says it's appointed to man to die. Like,
yes.
No man knows the day or the hour he shall appear. Like, I can sit here and make plans for, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. Great. But is that the plan God has for me? So I think it's important that we maximize our time.
Come on.
And I'm sure you guys have heard me say this in other episodes, but time is of the essence. And it's like, you want to spend your time doing things that are purposeful. You want to spend time doing things that are meaningful. I went to a funeral yesterday and the pastor talked about, you have the day you were born and the day you die. Woo. But what matters the most is that little dash they put on your funeral program. The in-between. What have you done in between? Whose lives have you touched in between? And it's about love, like loving one another and loving each other and not hating on each other and not wanting to see the other person fail. And if you're one of those people, you always feel like somebody's hating on you. Or you're like, they got that, I'm gonna get this. Like, that's not what life is about. It's about love. You should want to see everybody win.
Love.
And so, say all that to say, just value your time. Make sure you're doing something purposeful.
Then we went into episode 9, which was, Am I over it yet?
Right. And when you guys watch the first episode of the singles panel, you're gonna notice, make sure you pay attention, because you're gonna notice, and we talked about it afterwards, that sometimes people just aren't over things.
They not.
And they don't realize it.
They not.
They don't hear themselves. And when you hear them, you're just like, you're not over that.
Love.
And so y'all let us know what y'all think. Y'all have to sign up for Patreon so y'all can see these episodes, because these episodes are fire. We're gonna release some pieces, but we're not gonna release all of it. So if you want to see all of it, of course you're gonna need to sign up for Patreon.
All right. Then we have our first and last After Dark.
Y'all, After Dark was an epic fail. I'm just gonna be real. Just be real, man. We failed.
Okay, we failed.
What was that about?
You was sitting in your robe.
I don't even like those robes for that anymore.
Okay. So you want to get some better robes? I don't know.
They were hot. They were
Okay.
We gonna work on it, y'all.
Okay.
After dark is TBH. Wait.
Oh my God.
What is it? TBA. TBA. To be announced. We're gonna table that for a second. Yeah.
Don't let the little things turn into big things. We talked about that.
Yeah, address them right away.
I mean, you gotta.
In 2022, you need to address stuff with your friends, with your family.
Come on.
Babe been addressing stuff.
I'm addressing it.
I've been an ignorer. Like, I'd rather just ignore it. Babe's been addressing it. I'm like, you know what, you're right. You just need to start.
You got
telling people like
a friend. Tell them a friend. So you don't. My thing is, I don't want to go talk behind your back. I'm gonna say, listen, this is how it is. And if you're not supporting me, I'm not supporting you. And cool. We don't have. There's no hard feelings. So one thing about the Christians, we gonna keep pushing.
We're gonna make it work either way.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, we are who we are, and I believe that God has designed us to be together to impact some other people.
Yes.
And so it's gonna move forward. One thing about me, I'm gonna move forward with or without you. So, and one thing about us, we're gonna move forward with or without you, and that's okay.
And that's cool.
We don't hate you. We don't hate on you. It's just like, we see it, we addressed it, we called it how we saw it, and we're moving on.
Then we talked about why do we ignore the red flags?
And that's not just in relationships.
That's in everything.
That's in friendships.
Yes.
Y'all, God been showing me this particular person.
Come on.
And I haven't even shared it with my husband for about 3 months. Been showing me the same person, giving me the same name. Telling me that person hating on you. Like, that person is hating on you. That person does not want to see you win.
Whoa, Kim.
I haven't talked to this person forever, but it's like, you know how like your close friends or whoever, they're gonna text you, they're gonna let you know like, man, you doing that, or you know, they're gonna give you encouragement. They're gonna say, oh, I see what you're doing, I love it, or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But when you hear nothing, those are people you need to pay attention to. Those are people you gotta pay attention to, because it's like, wow. And I don't know why, like, I haven't even been around this person, but this name, God just keeps showing it to me. And for some reason, I don't want to believe it.
Dang. So, should you conform to your spouse, or should you be authentic to yourself?
Both.
We talked about it.
Conform. Conform is such a bad word.
Okay, what's another word?
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a word, but it's like conform means like, that sounds so like.
Okay. I don't know.
Do whatever you tell me to do.
Yeah. Then we talked about submission in your marriage.
Yeah.
Which I think was good.
Because too many people are out here saying that black women don't submit.
What?
And I disagree.
I disagree too.
Give us something to submit to.
Then we talked about marriage at first sight. We went into one of our episodes.
Yeah, we got behind on that.
Yeah.
We're caught up now, so I think we'll just review all of that.
Do you think we want to bring somebody extra in?
To review the episode?
Like Cherie. Think she'll come in?
She might.
We'll have to ask her.
Shy.
But you gotta have to ask her though.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying, like, I have a third voice.
Yeah.
It might be interesting. It might be interesting.
Everybody likes Married at First. I love it. And those episodes got a lot of views.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all love that.
Then we talked about 7 reasons that that people break up when they're unhappy.
Finances.
Oh Lord.
Outside children.
Then we went into I can't find love.
It's still, some people still can't find it. I don't think they're looking though.
What you mean they looking? People are looking. I swear they looking. They told me. I believe them. I believe them. So you don't think your sister looking? You don't think your sister looking? You don't think she looking? People looking.
I plead the fifth.
Oh Lord, I'm calling today.
I said I plead the fifth. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I think she is.
We need to hear from the people.
Oh Lord.
We're gonna do a 20 people that are in their 20s. We're gonna try to get them on a panel.
Ooh, it's gonna be good.
And then we also have our next panel. So the first panel we did, everybody was between 35 and 41, 42.
Yeah, 35 42.
The next panel will be
40 to 54. 55.
40 and 55.
Okay.
And then we'll hit the 20s back again.
Yeah.
And try to see if we can get some young people on. It may be only like 4, but that's good.
That's good. Let them talk.
To get them on to kind of give their perspective on being single in your 20s. Because I think at that age, you're not really looking to commit, but you're looking to date and have a good time. So are you looking for monogamy, or are you looking for just let's go on vacations and stuff?
What love got to do with it? Got to do with it.
So I'm interested.
It's gonna
be good because we really want to incorporate the singles, because for some reason people feel like one marriage, two hustles only for married people.
It's not.
Yeah, we love having our married people on, and we are going to have our married people on because we're married. But we also would incorporate some things for the singles, because we believe
this podcast is for you to come to and hear into the minds of others, so that you can say, hey, hold up, I can relate. Pause. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy though.
What's gonna be crazy?
This new season, man.
Yeah, so we were saying that we wanted to incorporate singles. So we want to make sure that everybody feels welcome.
Yes.
And that everybody's getting something, not just the married people.
Yes.
But we're also gonna have a married panel.
Yes, that's coming up soon. All right, so now we're going to season 4. Season 4, we started talking about why women feel pressure to get married before the age of 30. And we talked about different scenarios of women and what their family was saying and stuff like
Societal expectations.
Yes. Then we went into why some men are faithful to their wives and others are not. It's an interesting topic.
Oh, we're gonna get on the panel. I can't wait to hear from the married men.
Yes, and that's in less than 2 weeks. All right, and then the best relationship. We talked about the best relationship advice ever. So basically, we was just giving a lot of good insight, and that was on YouTube. And that was on this platform, YouTube. And then we talked about don't let your future define you in your relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of living in the present, people spend so much time focusing on the future that they forget to live in the moment.
Then we went into rekindling your passion in your relationship. And I think people need to hit that switch to understand that there's something you need to focus on, but you need to get to the place where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? Then we talked about why most relationships fail. You know, and one of the things is finances. Another thing is lack of sex, communication. It's a lot. We went into great detail, and then we talked about where did sex go? Where did it go? People forget about it.
Dry.
And then we went into season 4. We went into calm down. It's not that deep, and I think this was a good one. Because I think people let little things get crazy. And then you look back like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you take one small thing and just blow it out of proportion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it be like, you be looking dumb.
Yeah.
Then we talked about mastering your emotions, which I think is good. You want to master your emotions. You want to, you know what I'm saying? The problem is,
we're acting on emotion.
We acting on emotion.
And then we realized that, dang, I messed up.
And we sit back and be like,
why I say that? It's hard to take it back once you say it.
It's hard to take it back. Then we talked about a Marriage at First Sight review. We did that. That one got a lot of views too, again.
People love marriage. So we're going to do a catch-up Marriage at First Sight video.
Ooh. We're going to get y'all on here though. Anyways, we talked about the role with money and sex in marriage. I think that's important when you understand, because some people put money before they put their marriage. Some people put sex before they put the money. But to me, you can't have good sex if the money ain't there.
Wow.
That broke sex ain't it.
Wow.
Is that it?
You gonna be thinking about money the whole time?
I'm just saying, that broke sex ain't it. Anyways, we talked about the role. And it was a 1 and 2. So it was part 1 and part 2. So that was pretty good though. We went into how to meet your spouse. Like some tips. We gave y'all guys some tips on how you can go out and meet your spouse, which is good. Then we interviewed that guy. We had a couple more interviews. We interviewed the guy, the counselor. Remember he had his shoes? Remember?
Oh yeah, mental health.
Mental health. We talked about mental health. And then we interviewed the boxer, Julian the Champion. That was a good interview too. He was somebody young too that we could probably bring onto the panel. You know what I'm saying? And then we talked about the craziest things what's happening in people's life with their relationship.
I just have my life.
Bling, 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 bling. Then we had a current event. Let's talk about that. We talked about Will and Jada. We talked about the Currys, Gabriel Union. Do you think we should do more current events?
More current events?
Yeah, like just get on here and talk about what's popping. What's popping now?
Yeah, I don't think you really like doing current events.
I don't mind as long as it's good stuff to talk about. I mean, because the Shade Room got all the current events. You can
people like that.
So, but I don't want our platform to be ghetto though. That's the thing. I mean,
it's not, but I think we can do some.
I think we can
like every now and then. So what we'll do, and this is just me thinking through putting stuff in categories. Like you got your single series, you got your married series, you got your events, you got your reviews.
I got you. Well, so when we once we got the website set up, the new website
categories.
Yes. And the last thing we're talking about is time to execute. I think people
time to go to work.
Time to go to work.
People don't want to work. They want the glitz and the glam.
But
they don't want to put in the work. Like, what is that about, y'all? You have to work.
Hard work and dedication.
It don't just come. It's not gonna just come to you.
It's not. So then we went into this season. Season 5 was one of the longest seasons ever. Because we had so many like distractions. We had things going on. Book release parties, trying to find the event.
The
holidays. I mean, we had trips, so much stuff going on. And we like, man, hold on now. Let's set the schedule straight so we can get all this stuff done. So the first episode we talked about was a woman's first good man. The second thing we talked about really was taking a vision trip. I think we did
take a vision trip.
I did take a vision trip.
Yeah, the vlog is going up soon. It's been, see what I'm saying? I need to have that vlog up yet.
And then we talked about being in an unfair relationship. But I think so many people are unfair in their relationships.
It's about me. It's all about me.
Hey, please.
It's all about me.
It's all about me. And then we talked about being intimate in your relationship. We went from being intimate relationship to is it really easy putting in that work in your relationship? To me, it can be easy if you figure out a pattern of what your spouse loves. It can be easy. It's not hard. We choose for it to be hard. You know what I'm saying? And the same effort we give these jobs, we don't put that into our relationships. And that's what makes it like tough. And then we talked about what makes your relationship better and how you can change it. Then we went to the trauma effects. So trauma affected mental health.
Yes, and so there'll be another category on mental health this season. So we're getting more organized. Like we brought you great content. Don't get it twisted. We brought you great content. We just want to organize it to where it flows. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're doing mental health, the mental health would be like, these are the 4 episodes that we did on mental health. Like we're not gonna go back later and address it again. We want to kind of keep things aligned. Yeah.
So we have 10 mental health videos from 10 different people. Then you can be able to click them and go to them.
Right. That's kind of how we want to do it. So hopefully that works out because you can plan it for you, but then sometimes other people schedule and then they have to reschedule, and so we'll just see how.
And the thing too I like about the new platform that we're gonna change to is now you're gonna you can sign in the back office, and once you sign in, then you'll be able to watch videos.
Yeah, everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it'll flow a little more easier. Like all of our stuff will be in one spot. So if you're For example, if you're interested in a podcasting course that's getting ready to launch,
yeah, you can click that.
You can go to it's all on the same platform.
Yeah,
at least. Where you can click that and go, and it'll take you where you can sign up for the course. If you want to buy clothes or merch, everything will be right there, which I love. You don't have to try to operate 10 different things. All in one spot. So we're excited about that.
Then we went and talked about responses instead of reacting. That was good though. You know what I'm saying? And then appreciating your partner. I don't think people know how to appreciate their partner though. I really don't. I mean, not everybody. Because they're so much worried about their self and not their partner's self. You know what I'm saying? Last thing is being unfair in a relationship. That was season 5, episode 11. Then we talked about taking action to improve your relationship. That was episode 12. And then we went from there to being aware, all right, of the drift in your marriage. Or your relationship, because it's kind of the same. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is one might be married, the other one's in a relationship that's trying to get married, but the drift is still there. Then we went into believing in your relationships, and then the importance of the timing and dating. Because you know what? I think people we learned this on the panel too. People say they're not putting pressure on people, but they are putting pressure on people. People saying they not.
And they're putting pressure on themselves too. Because some people are really hard on themselves.
I got you.
And it's like, you really don't have to be that hard on yourself.
That's facts.
Like, give yourself a little leeway to breathe. It's okay. We're all human. You don't have to be perfect.
Then we finished it off with 4 bangers to me. The 4 bangers is getting on the same page, episode 16, self-love and improving your relationship, episode 17. Episode 18 was why did I get married and the truth behind the timing. And then episode 19 was the growth in your relationship. So we say all that to say like, we went through all the seasons. I mean, 5 hardcore seasons, 99 videos. This is video 100. We try to give you guys great content, people, information. I mean, going into this season, I want to kind of give you guys the PDFs too. If you're on Patreon, not on YouTube and all that. But if you're on Patreon, which Patreon is going to be changed to another paid platform. And all we're going to do is tell people go over here and pay. Now, if you're not in for the $5 right now, once we switch over, it's 10 or 20 a month. And it's up for you. And then with those 20 videos, I'm explaining to you what you're going to get for $20 a month or what you get for $10 a month. It's just what it is. We're getting our platform getting bigger, better. We're trying to give you guys resourceful information that's going to help you push your life and your brand to the next level.
Yeah, we want to bring you more quality content. In order to do that, of course, it takes more resources. And so we will be moving to a different platform. We'll let you know when that change is going to happen. Super excited about what's to come. Just praying about some things. We know that God is going to do his thing if we do our thing.
That's it, man. Remember, man, please share our video on YouTube with everybody you know. We changing lives, man. This is episode 100. What's your thoughts on episode 100?
I'm excited about the new season. I'm excited that we accomplished 100 because that's a major milestone. Excited about all the new followers and supporters that we have that we don't even know. So we thank you guys for watching us.
Yes.
And thank you guys for subscribing and supporting us. Like he said, don't forget to share and
comment, like,
part of the family,
and keep watching us like you watch TV. If you watch us like you watch TV, you're going to watch your relationship grow and you're going to watch your bank account grow because we're talking about these finances. This is One Marriage, Two Hustlers, episode number 100. We see you guys in the next video.
You're kicking it with the Christians. You're kicking it with the Christian. One marriage, two hustlers, it shows. We'll travel the globe in search of endless possibilities.